Hey, it's Big Gun, Brian Petrie coming weekly Wednesday takes. Not a gamble when I ramble, all my slime balls we parlay. We just stick to the money, the tickets no funny, the chalk boys get in the bag. Nothing to stage, top in the cage, needed a chin and he lay on the mat. It's Wednesday takes, making Wednesday great. UFC and MMA, Big Gun Brian, no denying where he be and what he say. Word of my cappers, we speak facts from start to finish, what's the weight? The value boys, we showing love. CGI dub is Wednesday takes.
Wednesday takes in this motherfucker here. Don't adjust your TV screens. Hopefully you're watching this on the biggest bar night of the year, right? Wednesday before Thanksgiving, or maybe even imagine my fat dumb face on your Thanksgiving phone, iPad, fucking TV. Imagine that. What's up with the What's Up This Wednesday takes, baby? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since I've been with you guys. This is going to be, we're going to cover a lot of things MMA, obviously. But this is also going to be ramblings of a madman because I'm crazy. I'm a little bit of a crazy person. I think you guys y'all kind of know that. So first things first, the reason I've been a little bit away, you've seen some tweets or whatever, was going to recap New York, was going to recap Qatar, which we're going to do both those quickly in this Wednesday takes here, babe. Plus we'll get to some other things. I'll tell you every next title fight for each division that hasn't been announced yet. I'll use his brain. I'll tell you who's getting the next shot. And then on top of that, we'll go over a couple little topics. And I usually end with a Q&A, but since this is a little spontaneous Wednesday takes, I'm going to do a little trivia. Put a little trivia on here. See how sharp the brain is for your boy. But listen, no, I got some notes. Hold on. Let me pull up the notes so I'm not. So we got a little new pod set up. There's a new microphone, new camera, if you can tell. I told my wife what I was going to say on the podcast last night. I said, here's what I'm going to open the podcast with. And I think I scared her with how crazy my brain is. So basically I'm a bougie bitch. We all know that I've been doing podcasting for 7 fucking years now. And I've spent a lot of money on really good equipment. And when I go live, it always goes to shit. Something happens where it doesn't work. Whatever. You guys have seen it. We got a tech goes. I roll with the punches, but truthfully off air, when I go and lay down to bed or go out on the couch, whatever, I'm researching why this happens. And I'm always saying, I spent $500 on this. I got a $1,000 computer. I got the blah, blah. And I did. I got all the best stuff, but it just really didn't work for my setup. It didn't. And when I first started podcasting 7 years ago, a USB microphone didn't really exist. I mean, they did. There was a blue microphone, which are trash. I wiped my ass with a blue microphone. But they didn't really exist, right? So now I had to come to grips with, oh, wow, like everything I bought, all the research I did and the fancy setup and the pictures I've taken and all this stuff and how proud I was of it just doesn't work for me. So I had to get rid of that and I had to get a new setup. I had to buy some new stuff. I got a new camera. I got a new mic. I got to get some new headphones, some, whatever. You don't need to know all that shit, right? And just getting back from New York, shout out 3PC guys for, they foot the bill for most of that, but still, paying for 2 kids and a wife in New York for an extra hotel room, food and stuff like that. That shit adds up, right? I know you think your boy's balling, but we're just a middle class dude. So coming back from that, realizing and just finally coming to terms with, I got to get rid of this shit. So I'm selling it, right? It works perfectly fine. It's not like it's broken. It just doesn't work for me. I thought this shit set would sell for hotcakes. It doesn't. So then I had to stretch my dollar to get the new stuff, and it took a little longer to come in. So that's one of the reasons. But I just had to get away from the old setup. So hopefully this is looking good. Hopefully this is sounding good. It's driving me nuts. Now this conversation could have went way deeper. I could have fucking said what I said to my wife last night, and her just look at me going, oh, like you're for sure crazy, because it went on for 45 minutes. I'm trying to give you the condensed version of it. Obviously you've been rocking me for a while. The issues I've had with all my shit. So, but no, we're here. We got the Shure new microphone. Hopefully it's sounding good. And then we got the new camera, and we're fucking blazing, babe. We're fucking blazing. So gonna dial into some things right here. But and then the last thing I'll say is I know again, I'm a lunatic. Your boy's a crazy person at some of this stuff. But it literally took away my joy to do the podcast, because I was like, I just don't feel like dealing with the problems. I don't want to boot it up and have to deal with all this shit. And that's like dead honest truth. And it like, for some reason it worked on the Yannick and Florian. I never had an issue. Thank God John would have kicked me off the show. But you see the grays coming in right here, baby. You see the gray. Your boy's got a baby face with some grays coming in, kid. But needless to say, I feel like I'm in a good spot right now. And yeah, I'm excited to do this Wednesday Takes. That's for sure. For sure. We are bright though. We are a little bright. I mean, kind of. Ooh, there you go. Oh, there. That's it. Turn that light down a little bit. Yeah, you know what? The amount of times I whisper on this show, I wonder how many people I just get rocked up. You know what I mean? Just horned up. The ASMR is real, people. People love that shit. I'm not into it, but people love that shit. Probably just some horned up people when I whisper. And I don't blame them. You know, I don't fucking blame them in the least bit. We got to recap New York. First off, I'm riding the Lightning. I said that to my guys at work today. I think riding the Lightning actually maybe is heroin, which I don't do. I've never done. I'm just drinking a Mountain Dew, and I'm drinking a Mountain Dew at 5:30 at night, right? Start the podcast a little later today. That's on me. But we're going to get this out Wednesday night. And yeah, you're going to ingest it either on Wednesday night. If you're not at the bar scene was a big thing for me on Wednesday nights before Thanksgiving, back when I used to drink for 3 years. You'd run into that girl that went to high school who wasn't ugly but wasn't popular, that might have not been on your radar. You run into her. She went away to college. We didn't have a lot of people that went away to college. I'm in a situation where UC, Cincinnati, UC's a great school. Ohio State's right up the road, great school. Literally up the road's Miami University. It was a fantastic school. A lot of people from my class went to Athens, which is like 3 hours away. University of Ohio, shout out Trinidad. So there was options. So not a lot of people went, but there's always those girls who maybe didn't bloom in high school or get enough attention. They come home on the night before Thanksgiving. You see them at a bar, you see them at a party, and you're like, whoa, you know, did she have tits like that before? I'm objectifying women right now, but that's literally what it was. I had a lot of good memories night for Thanksgiving. Now here I am, 39. The thought of going out makes me want to throw up. The thought of going to a bar makes me want to stab a fucking pair of scissors in my face. My stepdad's calling me, of course. Right when I record, he decides to call. Been trying to get a hold of the fucking guy all day. Calls me right when I record. But no. So happy Thanksgiving. If I haven't said that, I'm rambling. But let's go. New York recap. Let me get the little. Imagine if I got sponsored by Mountain Dew. Like, they would never sponsor a little guy like me, but just imagine. Oh, that'd be so sick. New York was amazing. Incredible. Was only there a day and a half. Friday we got in, drove there, drive. Easy fucking peasy. Not a big deal at all. We got in, we parked in New Jersey, took the train over. It was awesome. And then we walked around a lot. Well, walked around a lot. You know, I walk for a living, right? I'm a UPS driver. I walk 5 days a week, right? And I'm walking. Walking doesn't bother me. I could walk miles, right? I mean, yeah, my feet will hurt, you know, whatever. I'm good at walking, right? I do have a lower back issue that which is plaguing me, and it definitely crept up in New York. But that's a lot of walking in New York, right? I can't run for shit. Don't ask me to run for nothing, right? I'll do a 20-minute mile right now and pass out. But I could walk. And New York was a lot of walking. We stayed at Midtown, which isn't really New York. We've been in New York before. But I wanted to stay close to Madison Square Garden, so we stayed in Midtown, which a little bit of a mistake on my part. We should have stayed maybe up by where my buddy lived at, and I would just Ubered or cab to MSG. Or you know, train or wherever the fuck, or subway, because there was a million options. But yeah, I just wanted to be able to walk to the venue. But unbelievable time. Friday, I got to see a buddy of mine who's lived in New York for 14 years. We weren't really friends in high school. We became friends after high school and became really good friends. Continue to be really good friends. We're in a group text. Me and him, my buddy Austin, are in a group text. We chat about bullshit every single day. So it was really good seeing him and his beautiful wife and his son, who I had never met at this point, Frankie. We had dinner at Angelo's in Midtown, right by the Colbert Theater. It was it was okay. You know, it was whatever, but the company was more important. You know, Josh and Jenny are great. Their little son, Frankie's, you know, big character, big personality. Awesome to meet them. Good for them to meet my kids. My kids are a little shy though. Frankie was not shy whatsoever. But no, it was really good seeing him. He was fantastic. And then Saturday was all about the kids. Woke up Saturday, had a bagel, waited 50 minutes for a bagel in Midtown at Liberty. Was it Liberty Bagel? Good bagel, bacon and cheese. I took a picture of it. You probably saw it on social. It was good, right? 50-minute good? No, but I think that's kind of the Midtown thing. I got Chinese when I was there too. A little disappointed in the Chinese. Maybe I got the wrong spot. But we went to FAO Schwartz, waited in a big-ass line for the kid in there. Got in there. Kids loved it. My daughter Hazel's birthday was a week later, so she got to pick out some stuff. They made their own slime, which was like the coolest thing in the world. FAO Schwartz got a nice little candy store as well. I took a little bit of candies with me. But and then I broke off. I went back to the hotel so I can place my bets in, shower, get ready for the fights. They went to the museum. They went to Central Park. They had dinner. They went to Bryant Park. They had a great time. The kids did with my wife. And then you go to the Mecca, right? I walked to the building. You got to take 8 fucking escalators. I was on section 225. So I wasn't nosebleeds. I was like middle, right? I wasn't lower bowl. I was like, almost like club seating, a little above club seating, whatever they call that. But I had to take like fucking 8 escalators to get to 200. Like it was 6 before you got to the 100 section. It was a weird layout, but I took it in. MSG was so cool. I got to meet Russ. I got to meet Andrew. Those are the brothers that spearheaded, that created, that founded 3PC, and I got to meet them for the first time, and they are just salt of the earth, great guys. I got to meet Russ's son, Dylan, who is a stud football player, really good young man, polite, and because teenagers, you get scared of teenagers, right? You get, when they hit the teens and they got the hair down like this and it's all curly and they say bruh or whatever, as an old man, you get scared of those, right? But his son and his son's friend, were just polite, really nice kids, and we were sweating bets out through the whole thing, that's what it's about. Russ and Andrew both had bets out. Obviously, I placed all my bets before I went there because I didn't know if I could get reception, but meeting up with the boys was unbelievable. Meeting Russ, meeting Andrew. I knew just via the Zooms and via the texting, I made the right decision being in business with these guys because I have turned down, it's not like I'm like fucking Jeff Bezos that gets all these goddamn deals to turn down. But over the years, since the Anakin Florian, I've gotten a lot of opportunities to work with so-and-so, and I've turned it all down. And the intuition of me that, whatever, I was like, these guys are the real deal. And then I got to meet them, and they're the fucking real McCoy. You know what I mean? I love meeting them. The boys it was great in the Mecca. To the left of me in the front was a Twitter follower, Aiden Wilson. Hopefully I'm saying his first name right. I believe it's Aiden Wilson. Fucking hunk, right? He DM'd me and said, dude, I'm sitting right next to you. And we bought like 1 million seats, so he wasn't exactly right next to me. He's just a seat in front of me. Super cool guy, big supporter of old Big Gun, whether it be this show or the Anakin Florian. So that was super fucking cool. Another guy on Twitter, I got to get his name right because I was just thinking about this day. I should have pulled it up. Mongo. My guy Mongo at Brobro86 on Twitter. But this says Mongo. He was behind me. He was DMing me saying, "Bro, I'm in the same section, like a couple rows behind you." Didn't get the link up with Mongo, but shout out Mongo for giving Big Gun some love. And then when I was leaving, the fights were, the co-main event, main event, what it was, wasn't the most exciting in the world, but the fights before that were electric. I lost money. I'm down a half a unit on the night. The only thing that saved me was Benoit Saint-Denis, knockout round 1. And then Chepe losing really hurt me. Chepe winning would have been really big for me. Would have paid for some of those goddamn dinners. The wife, because the wife ate a lot with the kids on Saturday, wanted to just try everything. Would have paid for a couple of those if Chepe would have pulled it through. But, it is what it is. It's an experience. So, an amazing time. But when I was walking out, this guy like popped up in front of me right when I got outside the Mecca MSG. He's like, Uber, SUV. And some guy behind me was like, Big Gun, I love your jacket. And I turn around. And another dude shot me a wink. So I didn't get to like fully meet him. Don't know who that is. Whoever that was out there. What's up, man? Thanks for liking my jacket, man. Well, hey, appreciate it, bub. And then my lower back is cooked at this point. I haven't brought that up. Yeah, my lower back got hurt from Friday. So my lower back is just absolutely cooked from sitting there because I sit in my seat. I don't get up to piss. I don't get up to shit. I brought a piece of pizza. I brought a Mountain Dew in my seat. That's it. I don't move. And my lower back was just, it was a wreck. So I'm walking back and it's 8 blocks. 8 blocks in New York. The block, I don't care what anybody says, and I don't know if this is scientifically accurate or not, but the blocks in New York are bigger than the blocks in Cincinnati. I can tell you that right now. I've walked 3 blocks with an 80-pound package to deliver it, right? No problem. MSG to my hotel was about 7 blocks away, and I was dying, right? Could have been the back injury, don't know. But I stop at McDonald's, which wasn't my first choice. I was going to grab a slice down the road, but I'm like, fuck it, just grab McDonald's, get back to the hotel. It's late. Walk to McDonald's, got my thing, and as I turned to get my order, English dude right there, big gun legend, mate, fist bumped me. That was awesome. Those are my people. Those are my fucking people, the fight fans, people in that arena. I know everyone isn't great. There's people that yelling stupid shit, but if you're dedicated and you love that sport, you're my people. You're my people. And so I got like 4 different little loves. The only other time I got more love at an arena, at an event, where I got treated like a fucking C-, D-, F online celebrity, if I could say that, but I'm not gonna. But basically, yes, was in Vegas with my buddy a few years ago when I sat on floor seats. I had UFC people that worked for the UFC, like guys I never met, like just like fucking like security or like camera operators or like whoever, right? They wore a UFC polo. They came over and showed me love, right? So that was cool. The Vegas trip was cool, but this was awesome. New York was amazing, incredible experience. Bucket list item checked off. The fights delivered. I know the main, co-main weren't great. I'm not going to fully recap it because it's been a few weeks now. There's no point in doing that. I just kicked something. You guys are probably like, why are you doing that? So let's do Qatar. Let's recap Qatar, which was last weekend. Good little card. I went 8-6 on my picks, so not great. My gambling went to shit. I had a slime ball for 15. Was it 1565? Was that what it was? So I had Arman Sarukian by double chance sub or KO. He won by sub. I had Bilal was my slime, and I had Luke Riley as my slime. So Bilal dropped it for me. That would have been a 15 hitter quitter. But, Bilal dropped the ball. What are you going to do? However, we'll quickly go over Qatar. Really like this card. There's a lot of European talent, not a lot of Americans. First fight of the night, Marek Rulo. I'm going to pull it up here so I don't have to keep looking down. Give my maybe poor mic technique. You know what I mean? You got to get your mic technique right, bri. Just pull it up here, bitch. Marek Rulo versus Denzel Freeman. I'm not even going to talk about this fight. The fight stunk. Terrible. Denzel Freeman looks like the dork guy, the fucking dork from Die Hard, like the black dude that was the dork computer guy in Die Hard. He looks like him. Like that's his style. He's got the mustache. He's like an in-shape Carl Winslow. Like, what are you doing, bro? It's 2020, almost 2026. Change your style up, dude. You look fucking 100 years old. You look like you were born in 1984. You look like you were walking around in 1984. Anyway, he stunk up. I believe it was Shamrock. Shamrock, I took the dog in Shamrock. I lost that. That's Paddy Pimblett's training partner. I knew it was probably, he was 2-1. It was probably a bad pick. I put a little money on him. I know Shamrock is a good finisher. He's got a good story. He's tough, but Ali just kind of kept rocking him with that left hand. He had no answer to the left hand. He started to kind of come back a little bit in the third round. Ali kind of slowed down, but not enough. He did get a lead to the ground. He had an opportunity there, but it just wasn't enough for Shamrock here. I think the guy might be up and down in the UFC. He's got to get better, and Ali's going to be okay. I mean, this guy's a good wrestler, and obviously he can strike now too with that left hand. It was pretty potent. And that's Topuria versus Begzak Akmakhan. Topuria looked great. His debut in the UFC, I did not think he looked great. I think he looked great in this spot right here. That was a good win for Topuria's younger. Is his younger or older brother? I think it's his younger brother. Looked good. Looked big. Looked strong. Takedowns were good. Striking was good. Picked his shots well. Beat a really tough dude with some power. Big win for Topuria. Keep a lookout for that dude at 135. Then you got Abdul Rahman Yakiev versus Hafia Sakari. Just destroyed him. 33 seconds. Yakiev, I think this kid could be marketable. I think he can be likable with his style. Still need to see more of him. He's just running through dudes right now. I think they give him a Brazilian like Sequeira who is not very good. Time to bump her up. bump up the competition, I think. You know what I mean? I think he's earned it. I think he's deserved it. And I think that's what we need to do. Perez versus Amabaya. Perez looked really good until that third round, man. He looked really fucking good to the third round. Amabaya did not gas out, did not waver, did not flinch. Got that guillotine choke on Perez. Good fucking solid victory from Amabaya, who, I mean, besides Manel Kopp, where it was the eye poke or whatever, he got finished, whatever. He's a solid fucking dude who could give guys problems. And Perez's anti-wrestling was phenomenal. His takedown defense was good. His offense, I mean, he landed more takedowns than Ambayev. And Ambayev had to stand up with him. He got outstruck, but, seized the day. Nicholas Dalby versus Sagid Ismagakam. I can't say his fucking name. Not going to try. Khabib and Islam's guy. Looked terrible. Really sloppy fight. He landed 4 takedowns on Dalby, but did nothing. Dalby landed 26 strikes to his 20. He gassed out. Split decision win by Dalby. That's how Nicholas Dalby wins. So I know, like Joe McCullough, my guy Saturday, I think he was on Dalby. If you're on Dalby, duh. I'm an idiot. I didn't fucking put money on Dalby. That's on me. I'm going to have to live with that, right? I've hit Dalby as an underdog before. Don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't want to play against a Russian. Luke Riley, my mortal lock, had a rough first round against Bogdan Grad, who is the Sam Cassell of the UFC. If you don't know who Sam Cassell is, I'll probably put a picture of him on the screen right here when I edit this. The ugliest dude in the NBA history, I think, right? He's ugly as fuck. I mean, Manute Bol was pretty ugly too. Bogdan Grad, to me, dude, this dude's just ugly. I feel like he can put his mouth on top of his head, like alien type shit. He went out there and wrestled in the first round, got 4 takedowns in the first round, and then got absolutely starched by Luke Riley. That's like what Luke Riley does. He gets taken down a lot in fights. Needs to clean that up in the UFC. Gets taken down a lot in fights and then finds a way because he's got big power. I like the kid. I think he's got some star potential as well. They obviously believe in him over there in that Liverpool camp that is constantly getting better. Keeping an eye out for Luke Riley. Not saying he's destined for a title, but he's destined for a lot of fun fights. Horiguchi versus Tagir Ulanbekov. Kind of a surprise for me. Ulanbekov only landed 6 strikes. Kara Horiguchi dominated Tagir. Dominated him. I did not see this. I picked Tagir. Thought Tagir was going to win. Kenny put money on Tagir as well. Horiguchi went out there, destroyed him, and looked phenomenal. Looked really, really good. I didn't think I wanted to see Horiguchi versus Pantoja. Now I do. I know they're training partners. I know they've agreed to fight. Give me Horiguchi, Pantoja if Pantoja gets to Josh Mann. He looked big. He looked strong in there for a flyweight. Striking on point, timing on point. Every time Tagir dipped, he got fucking threatened with a head kick and then eventually got head kicked. Yeah, Horiguchi's the fucking man, dude. He looked really good in that spot. Not getting any younger either. Give him the shot. Speaking about the man, Waldo Cortez Acosta, when he took this fight, I thought, oh, maybe he's over there. Maybe he's in the Middle East. Maybe he's in Dubai. I'll fly. No, he was in Arizona. He landed, and 2 hours later, he weighed in, covered in sweat. He had to cut weight to make 265. I don't know how much weight he had to cut. He had to cut some. He's covered in sweat when he weighed in, right? To fight a pretty dangerous Russian who lives in this part of the world, who's like friends with princes. And, there's a lot of pressure on Gaziv to take the fight, and he fucking starches him. Back-to-back knockouts for Cortez. Costa got eye poked against Dalia. Said, fuck it, I'm going to keep fighting. Knocks him out, right? Weird circumstance. Then he gets this guy on the most short notice ever flying across the world and knocks out a solid dude in Gaziev. I liked that. I thought I hated him with the mocking and the salsa boy on Orlovsky. I think I fucking like this dude. I fuck with this guy. I fuck with this guy now. That's in the book. That's in stone. I fuck with this guy. Next up, Warabai versus Jack Hermanson. Everyone loved Jack Hermanson at this underdog price. I get it. He's huge. He's big. I didn't see it at the underdog price. I just did not see it. I think Warabai was overlooked. I think Warabai, if he really wants to make a run, it's going to have to be at 55. But, I've been wrong before. He obviously was undersized against Jack Hermanson. Hermanson's chin's gone. He barely got touched with that punch that put him out. Warabai does have power, but does he have one punch power like that? No. And Hermanson just got slept with a grazing punch. I thought he was going to hang him up. He made an Instagram post that he loves it. He's not hanging him up. I think Jack has earned another shot in the UFC before they cut ties with him, because I think if he loses one more by knockout, I think you're going to have a conversation, at least cut him. But yeah, it's just, Jack Hermanson just, he didn't look bad. Physically, he looked great. He was moving good. It's just, again, you can't take the shot. And the follow-up shot, boy, it was fucking nasty. Ozdemir versus Menafield. Listen, the motherfucker, he ain't got no time. Okay, I've told you guys this. I've said it. He's got no time. And, he had a place to be, right? And he knocked out Menafield in a minute 27, right? He ain't got no fucking time. Ozdemir's a guy that's always going to be around at 205. He'll lose 2, then he'll get a big win. He might get 2 in a row, but he's hard to get out of there. His grappling's improved. He's got power. His boxing's good. His chin's pretty good unless you hit him with some crazy shit. It's crazy. Ian Machado gave us Bilal Muhammad. Machado looked pretty good. We'll get to more Ian later when I decide who's going to fight for the belt. Obviously, Ian's going to get brought up, but I thought he looked good against Bilal. Bilal, I love Bilal. I picked Bilal. I thought his pressure, his cardio, the wrestling that he had was going to be an issue for Gary. It wasn't. The wrestling got completely nullified. Bilal didn't land one takedown, and the pressure that he had, the pressure with his boxing and just the overall clinching against the cage, Ian was ready for it. Ian landed a lot of low kicks, and he obviously landed some stuff upstairs too. Bilal was a little bloody. Good performance by Ian Gary. We'll get to him later. And then obviously Sarukian versus Hooker. My boy John Anik was surprised that Dan Hooker was a plus 410. I was not. I think Sarukian is he's a guy that gets disliked because pulled out of the fight. He's a rich kid or whatever. I think he rubs people the wrong way, but goddamn, he's good. He's good. He's doing grappling outside the UFC. I figured he's going to break Hooker early within the first 2 rounds, take him down and submit him, and that's what happened. But yeah, Sarukian, we'll get to him later as well. Looked pretty goddamn good. So Qatar went 8-6 on my picks. 2 or 3 out of my locks. My center was Sarukian. I did play him by sub as well. Saved my night kind of. I was still down on the night, or the day, I should say. I was still down on the day, but nothing drastic. That saved me. That was like plus 330 or something like that. Mortal lock, Luke Riley, and then my dog lock was Bilal Muhammad, which, he lost. My boy Bilal lost. He needs to, Bilal needs to regroup, right? I love Mike Valley over there in Chicago. They're doing great things in Chicago. John Anik and the Anik I think Monday said, you got to go to Dagestan, right? I don't know if that's the answer, like just to ship everyone to Dagestan. But what I do know is he definitely, he needs to do something. He needs to do fucking something to kind of change some things up because, sorry if you hear that typing. I'm just on my keyboard here. All right, so notes. All right. Okay. So we got all that. So delete that so I don't read it anymore. All right. Let's go every division next title shot. I'm going to tell you who's getting the next title shot from each division. Okay? I'm going to do it. Someone's got to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm notoriously known for being a bad matchmaker. So bear with me, but I think I'm nailing it. Comment down below if you think I'm going to nail it. By the way, this is going to be way too much information, but I think I've talked about this before. Do you guys stand up to wipe your butt or do you sit down and wipe your butt? And then follow-up question for my men out there. Do you tuck your balls and dick into the toilet or do you let them hang out of the toilet, right? I'm a tucker, right? Drags in that water though. You know what I mean? No, I'm a tucker because I piss when I shit. But I stand up and I wipe, which apparently is very controversial. And I wipe a lot, right? I'm on my asshole. You can eat a fucking Thanksgiving dinner off it. But I wipe a lot. And I think I pulled, being a big guy, reaching back, getting those cakes. I swear to God, I think I pulled something in my back, wiping my ass the other day. I swear to God. That's the age I am. There used to be a stand-up comedian, I think it was Dana Carvey, said I knew I was getting old when I hurt myself answering the phone, or I hurt myself when I sneezed. I hurt myself wiping my ass. But answer those questions. Do you stand up and wipe? And if you're a dude, do you tuck your dick and your balls in or do you leave them hanging out? Because if I hang them out, I'm pissing all over my pants and myself on the floor. There's never been a time in my life where I've taken a shit where I didn't piss. And that's another question. Follow-up question. Follow-up to the follow-up. Do you always piss when you shit? These are things I want you to chew on. This is Wednesday Takes, babe. Okay? This is what I want you to chew on. All right, so we're going to go through every division. So the reason I'm doing this is because I sent out a tweet. I'll put the tweet on the screen right now so you can read it, and I'll read it myself. Oh, by the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, it's at Brian Petrie MMA on X, Twitter, whatever the fuck, and it's the same handle on Instagram. Ding ding. I said, I know Arman is the talk of 155, and he deserves that. Rightfully so. Dominated Hooker, but I still think Paddy Topuria is the fight to make. And then I hit him with a McGruber fucking gif, right? So I stand by that. I do think that's the fight to make. We'll get to that now. We'll get to why I think that. But let's start top bottom. Heavyweight, I think, is pretty obvious. I think you got to give Gane the shot, right? I mean, he had that weird eye poke with Aspinall. You got to run it back. I know Johnny Jones can slip in there for the White House or whatever. I don't know. And then the only other option would be Volkov, who's already fought Aspinall. So I think it's got to be Gane Aspinall too. If Aspinall could ever fucking get his eye fixed. Dark horse, Acosta, dark horse, fucking Walter Walker. Feed it to me, babe. But yeah, that's kind of an easy one. That's Gane too. Light heavyweight. A lot of people think it's gonna be Yuri, and I love Yuri Prochazka. We've seen Yuri and Peloton twice. We've seen the result. I don't think it's going to change. I think Alex is a tough guy for anybody in that division. People are saying give it to Ankalaev again. Nah, give it to Carlos Ulberg. Ulberg's the guy. I think he's the young up and coming guy. He's a striker. He's improving. I think the time is now to give him a shot. Pereira's getting older. Ulberg is younger and getting better. Good looking dude, almost as good looking as me. People say. Carlos Ulberg's the guy. Middleweight, so you got Chimaev at the top of the heap. A lot of people think DDP, maybe run it back. Nah, he got dominated. He didn't win a fucking round. He didn't win a second of that fight. Looked terrible. It wasn't always even a fight. I was there live in Chicago. Like, the only thing DDP did good was when Chimaev had him in the crucifix, he like tucked his head well not to get finished. That's it. Offensively, dick, nothing. And his coach is like, nah, why I didn't like the way they handled that. DDP's got to win at least 2 more fights. Imavov is the guy. Imavov's the guy at 185. I don't want to hear anybody else in the comments say anything else. You can maybe convince me Anthony Hernandez, but he gets hurt too much. He gets hurt way, way, way too much. Is he going to be healthy? If he becomes champion, is he going to be healthy? Right? Brendan Allen skyrocketed up there after the RDR win. Sean Strickland's up there, but he hasn't fought in forever. Sean Strickland's got to fight, rematch, not rematch DDP. He's got to fight, rematch maybe Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen's been chasing a fight. He's got to fight a guy like Fluffy Hernandez. The guy is Imavov, excuse me. Guy's not Imavov. Welterweight's interesting. Welterweight, we got some guys, and I have the very patented Neil Magny scale. I'm going to put it on the screen right now for you. So the Neil Magny scale is basically what is going to determine the 170-pound division. So really there's 3 guys. And I'm a Kamaru Usman guy. He's not one of the 3 guys. Sorry. People keep throwing his name in this conversation. He got 1 win over Buckley. He's older, no knees. It ain't Usman, man. Right? Usman can step in on short notice. I wouldn't be mad about that. But it ain't Usman. There's 3 guys. There's Gary, Morales, Prates, right? And the Neil Magny scale is they all fought Neil Magny. Michael Morales knocked Neil Magny out round 1. Knocked him plumb out. Knocked him plumb the fuck out, right? Carlos Prates knocked out Neil Magny round 1. Slapped him. 1 punch. Round 1. Passed the Neil Magny test. Ian Gary took him to a decision. 91 to 27 strikes, 2 takedowns by Ian Gary. So we're deciding who's going to fight Islam. Ian Gary looked good against a guy who is a baby Islam, a similar Islam, but not nearly quite as good in Bilal. It's not Ian Gary. I'm an Ian Gary supporter. I can pull up the receipts. I can show you my arguments with Tim and Christian about how I like Ian Gary and he'll fight for a title one day. It's on record. Dig the podcast. This one or Andy Florian. But he ain't the guy. He ain't finishing anybody. Prates isn't the guy either because he lost to Gary, even though he almost won that 5th round. The guy's Michael Morales. Big, strong, fought the 2nd best grappler, in my opinion, at 170, first being Islam. second being Sean Brady, fought the second best grappler at 170, didn't give up a takedown, destroyed him, knocked him out, made that dude go, you know what, I might need to go to 55. This dude's a monster. Yeah, that's the guy that gets the shot. He passed the Neil Magny test. If you see on the screen, he's up there. Pratis is in the middle. Ian Gary's down low. Did I see the Neil Magny test he passed? I don't know what I said. Doesn't matter. The patent Neil Magny. Listen, Neil Magny decides it all, babe. Right? This guy decides it all. Yeah. It's Michael Morales. Sorry to hurt your feelings if you wanted someone else, but it's Michael Morales. I'm burping. The fucking lightning's got me burping. All right, listen, lightweight. Everyone wants Arman. Everyone wants Arman Sarukian. I get it. He's very, very good. But it's Paddy Pimblett. It's Paddy Pimblett. I think, listen, there's a lot of ways this can go. Paddy's ranked number 5. Then you got Max. Then you got Charles Oliveira, who's not getting the shot. He just got slept. Then you got Arman at 1. If it's Arman, I'm not going to fucking lose my head. But here's my case for Paddy, right? Paddy and Topuria have had beef forever. They got into an altercation like a couple years ago in the behind the scenes. Paddy threw fucking hand sanitizer, it bounced off his head. They don't like each other. Paddy is a marketing UFC dream, right? A fucking dreamboat. This guy sells tickets. He's popular. He keeps getting better. Undefeated in the UFC. People are thinking he needs to go through Gaethje before he gets the title shot. I understand that theory. I understand that logic. I wouldn't be mad if they throw Paddy and Gaethje together and then Paddy's unequivocally the next. Arman looked really good against Dan Hooker, but guess what? Before that, he pulled out of a fight. He had his title fight. He pulled out. He had it pulled out. He lost to Gamrot as well. Not undefeated in the UFC. Not undefeated. So I think you do Arman, Gaethje, Paddy, Topuria, because I think Topuria, really, realistically, he's got 2 more fights. He's going to defend his belt once, and then he's going to chase Islam. He wants Islam. He'll defend his belt once, and I think he's done. I truly think he's done. He apparently is fucking loaded outside there with his family, his dad and everything. They're loaded. He's young. He seems uninterested in fighting. He's already accomplished what he wants to accomplish. He's gone, right? So I need to see the Paddy fight before he's gone. A lot of people think they need to see the Sarukian fight before he's gone. But I'd rather see Paddy, Topuria, and, I mean, if they fight, I do think Topuria will win. And then Topuria, Islam need to happen. Topuria's too small to go to 70. He wants to do a catch weight. UFC doesn't do a lot of catch weights. We'll see. But give me Paddy Pimblett at the next shot at lightweight. Next shot at featherweight. A lot of people think it should be Lerone Murphy. Not going to happen. It's Movsar Evil-Ev. I don't like Evil-Ev. I don't like watching him fight. I'm like you guys. He's boring. But I would like to see Volkanovski kind of challenge that style. He obviously fought Islam fight one, very highly contested. But Movsar is just, he's on you from the beginning, faster than Islam. Not as big and not as good as Islam, but some real problems for Volkanovski to figure out. I'm in the business. I'm in the MMA business. I'm in the MMA watching business to watch these fucking Russian wrestlers, these Dagestani Russian wrestlers, Chechenian, fucking just dominate with that style and no one can figure it out. You go into a fight. DDP goes into a fight knowing what he's going to get with Chimaev. Can't stop it. Jack Della Maddalena goes into a fight with Islam. Knows what he can do. Can't stop it. Dan Hooker goes into a fight with Arman Sarukian. Knows what he can do. Can't. I want the guys that can stop it. And Evil-Ev has that style. And I think Volkanovski's the guy that can stop it. So feed that into my veins. Obviously, featherweight, bantamweight, Merab's fighting Petrie next weekend. And then Pantoja's fighting Joshua Van next weekend. So, be pretty dumb for me to tell you who's fighting in those when they're already booked. We got women's strawweight. And the queen is Mackenzie Dern. She's my queen. Give her Weili. Weili dropped to Valentina. Gave up her title. It could be Tatiana Suarez. I won't be mad at that. She's ranked number 2, but I think Tatiana needs to get a little win in there. Yao Shannon, Amanda Lemos. Those are the top ranked top 5. Obviously, Verna Janjajoba, who just lost to Mackenzie Dern. Yeah, I think it's got to be Weili. Weili's not a 125er. Let Weili go back down to 125, fight Mackenzie Dern. That should be fun. Valentina Shevchenko, it's Natalia Silva, up-and-coming girl, stud. She hasn't fought Natalia Silva. She beat Manon Fiorot, number one. She beat her. She beat Alexa Grasso. She beat Erin Blanchfield. Or maybe she hasn't fought Erin Blanchfield. Sorry. Macy Barber's not quite there yet. Rose isn't quite there yet. Jasmine just lost. Tracy Cortez just lost. Yeah, it's got to be Natalia Silva. That's the one to go to. In the women's bantamweight, it's got to be Nunes, which I heard is going to be the first pay-per-view of January, versus Kayla Harrison. It's going to be Nunes and Kayla Harrison. That is the rumor. Nunes apparently is coming back. She's obviously not ranked. She's been out for a while. Don't know if that's true, but that'd be pretty dope. If not, you got to go Raquel Pennington. Norma Dumont is still ranked third after dropping that loss. Isn't that crazy? She lost, right, recently? Am I crazy? When she fights, I just stare at other things. I don't know. She loses. I'm a fucking pig, dude. And then Pena obviously got smoked by Harrison. I think Pena is maybe one fight away from retiring. So you got to go Harrison, Nunes, big fight, money fight, Ohio versus the world, baby. If not, you got to throw Raquel Pennington into there. That's what you got to do. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. Last little tidbit here before we get to the trivia. I posted this on 3Punch Combo, which I'll put on the screen right now, 3punchcombo.com. Go there. It's $5 a month. We are constantly making changes. If you go there now, Russ had just made a form about what is coming, right? A native app might be coming in the future as well. We have a ton of fighters on 3Punch Combo, exclusive stuff coming. You're going to be able to bet with fight credit, eventually. And then we're going to add like a fight pick feature, and you're going to get fight credit with being able to pick fights right and everything like that. We're building the number one place in the world. Get there early. Do you want to be one of those guys? Like, there's so many people online that goes first, right? First comment. Do you want to be first? Be first. It's still a small community that we're trying to grow. 3punchcombo.com. Sign up and be a part of this fucking ride with us, baby. I promise you won't be disappointed. 3punchcombo.com. Sign up today. On 3Punch, I posted, I had the googly eyes, the sweet eyes for Gable Steveson. I try not to get like this. I know it's only going to hurt me when he loses or doesn't pan out or whatever the case. But this motherfucker looks so good, right? He is, if you look at him, he has no neck. He has a bulbous, big head. So it looks like he can take a punch. We haven't seen it yet. No neck, big head typically means you can take a punch. He's obviously got power in his hands, right? Big power in his hands. The wrestling obviously is fucking there, right? No question on the wrestling. It's there. And then on top of all that, he's a freak athlete. Big, stout, thick dude that can just bust out like 10 backflips, right? He fought in the LFA. I believe fought a guy, last name Klein, first name Nick, maybe? I don't know. And it was one of the coolest knockouts I've ever seen. I don't know how this isn't being shared all over the place. I see it a little bit. This needs to be shared probably because they're like, they're giving this guy, they're feeding this to Gable. It was a quick left hook. Just, the guy's asleep. He's asleep on his feet, and Gable doubles him. If I can find the video, I'll put it on here. I don't want to get striked with so many copyrights, right?
Now, the Baguba said he plans to come out and put it on him right away.
Hine wasting no time, letting those hands go. Nice left hand landing on Steveson, and Steveson just puts Hine out!
Gable Steveson, my word, puts away.
But I'm doing a pretty good job reenacting it, right? Fucking left hook, and then Gable doubles him to the ground. Let me do it one more time, right? Comes in, quick left hook, guy's dead. He's fucking dead. Doubles him to the ground, the guy's out. He stops the fight within a couple fucking seconds. Give him one more. You know, you could throw him in the contender series or whatever. I wouldn't be like super upset, like the Bo Nick ought to go through contender series. But the heavyweight is on life support. UFC needs heavyweights. It is dying. Give him one more in the LFA. Try to find someone to fight him that's real. See if they can last out of the round. And then you get his ass to the UFC. And you baby him in the UFC. Give him Denzel Freeman. Do you think Denzel Freeman, Carl Winslow in his 20s, is fucking with Gable Steveson? No chance. They ain't sniffing Gable's dick, bro. Ain't no way. Heavyweights, they get shot up quicker. than any other division because we just don't have enough big boys. People are cutting weight going to 205, whatever. Gable could probably be at 205 if he cut the weight, but we're not even going to talk about that. We're going to talk about him fucking getting in there and being a heavyweight, right? Woo! Gets me excited, gets my dick going, bro. I love this shit. I love when there's a prospect like this that comes in. Bo Nichols won. We always lose it. We lost Gable Steveson. We lost him when he got out of the Olympics. He went WWE, bro. He went WWE. I'm saying bro a lot today. Don't know why. I think probably I hang out with my kids. They say bro. He went to WWE. Flunked, failed out, not a big personality, didn't really catch on. I think people in the back didn't like him. A lot of rumors. Then he goes, I'm gonna go play fucking football for the Bills. Gets cut, goes back. I'm gonna finish my. I got a year eligibility at Minnesota. I'm gonna go finish up. Loses in the finals, and then comes MMA, and he's dominating. He's dominating, and he's taking fights quickly. He seems to be in love with it. He's already back in the gym. I saw him training that left hook that he fucking hit that dude with. I'm all in. I'm all the fuck in, baby. All right? I'm all in. All right, so we're going to do some trivia, and we're going to get back at you. Let's do a little trivia. A little trivia time. So I went to Sporkle. I kind of just clicked on one, and I kind of regret it. I probably should re-record it, but fuck it, right? So this says UFC champions last 5 fights. I'm like, sweet, cool. You go down, Cain Velasquez, Johnny Hendricks, Renan Barão, Ronda Rousey. These haven't been champions in years. This is years ago. This is all pre-UFC 200. We're in the 300s, bruh. But you know what? I consider myself a very educated MMA fan. We're going to fucking do it. We're going to do it to it. Okay? We're going to do it to it. And we're going to figure out if we can got the goods. Okay. So UFC 136. I know it's Kenny Florian on Jose Aldo. Okay. Junior. I think I can just type in last names, right? Santos. Okay. Joseph. How do you spell Joseph? Joseph. Benavi. This is going to be the problem. Benavides. There it is. I don't know if you can see that with this stupid ad, but Joseph Benavides, Demetrius Johnson, Ian McCall, who was my guy. What? No Ian McCall? Gotta be Ian McCall. There you go. I misspelled his name. Ian McCall. Ray Borg? No, Johnny Dotson. I misspelled Ray Borg. I'll try that again. John Dotson, I know, was on there. Ray Borg. No. What the crap? Ronda Rousey, we got to get that. Misa Tate's one of them. How do you spell Carmouche? Oh, Liz Carmouche, I got it. Holy shit. McMahon, the wrestler, yeah. Hendricks, Robbie Lawler. Martin Cantman, the old Dutchman. Oh, he was he trained, he fucking got slept by Hendricks. This is when Hendricks was on steroids illegally. Or allegedly, Renan Barão. Oh, God. Okay, let's go Cain Velasquez. 6 minutes. 6 minutes is egregious for this. Chris Weidman, let's go Anderson. So I'm bouncing all around him. I have a very bad strategy right now. Chris Weidman, Mark Munoz or Chris Weidman as well. Awesome knockout. John Jones, Chael. Again, I think I can just do last names. Chael Sonnen. Glover? I probably got to spell his last name, which is... No, I don't have to spell his last name. Okay, King, Jr. Oh, Bigfoot Silva. Yeah. Johnny Hendricks, Martin Cantman, Renan Barão. Fuck, Renan Barão's going to be tough. Anthony Pettis. Clay Guida's got to be on there, right? Clay Guida fought everyone back then. Okay. Jose Aldo. Chad Mendez is on there, probably. Zombie. No. Do I got to do the whole name? Spelling's a problem. Fuck, man. Okay, so I got Cain done. John Jones. Why can't I think of John Jones? Gus. Gustafsson. See, that's bullshit. I don't know how to spell Gustafsson. He's on there, though. Chris Weidman. Another one for Chris Weidman as well. Anderson, Mark Munoz. Maya's one. Yeah. He took down, he cut like 35 pounds for that one. Anthony Pettis. Ronda Rousey. Why is this giving me a hard time? Who did she beat in Strikeforce? Misha Tate, and was it Zagano? No? Who the fuck? Henna Morale. Blanking. 3 minutes, halfway done. Fuck you. Aldo I should get. Why can't I get Aldo? So Chen Sung Jung, Chad Mendez, Kenny Florian. He was a rip of Faber. No, that was in WC. Oh, okay. Barao got Faber twice. Cruzy? No, they didn't fight. Dillashaw? No. Man, Pettis is staring right at Henderson. Benson Henderson, okay. Fucking Pettis is staring me right in the face. God damn it. Johnny Hendricks as well. You fucking Johnny Hendricks. Big Rig. John Jones. Why can't I name John Jones? I'm missing Ronda Rousey. This is a complete fucking shit show. John Moraga. Where did that name come from? Where did I pull that out? Okay. All right. We can do this. Jose Aldo. Fuck. I got Kenny on there. I know that. Anthony Pettis, John Jones. Wyman at 39. I don't know. Tom Lawler. I know he fought Lawler. No. Who the fuck did he beat at UFC 139? John Jones. I know Glover and Gustafson's one of them. Rashad Evans. Yes, okay. Anthony Pettis. 43, 136. Who did he fight on that card with Kenny and Jose? Anthony Pettis. Benson Henderson, Clay Guida. I know it's not Melendez because that's on my wall behind me. Johnny Hendricks, Robbie Lawler, Martin Campman. He was beating people back up in the day. Faber for Barao. Now, Barao had a run. Didn't he? A minute left. There's no way I'm going to get it. I only completed the heavyweights. I can't even complete John Jones, which I know too. I don't know 52. Shogun? No. Machida? Oh, my God. Man, this sucks. Chen Sung Jung. Yeah, I'm not going to give up. I have 40 seconds. I'm going to get at least one more, I think. Robbie Lawler, Johnny Hendricks, Martin Campman. This is bad. There was a long shot, but I thought I could get it done. I can't get Ronda. Did I get Demetrius? So I got Demetrius and Cain Velasquez. Who the fuck did? I don't remember Ronda fighting many people in Strikeforce besides Misha Tate. Oh. Yes, Sarah Kaufman. I forgot about Sarah Kaufman. So I got Ronda. I'm not going to know who fought Wyman at 39. John Jones. I know Teixeira. I know Glover. I fucking can't spell Brazilian names. I know it's Glover. All right, 2 seconds. Here we go. Fuck off. Vitor. Fuck. So I got Glover and Gustafson. I couldn't spell it. It was Tom Lawler. I misspelled his name. I should count that. I didn't get Vitor, so I'm not counting John Jones. GSP, Carlos Condit, Josh Konchak. God damn it. Eddie Wanlin, Michael Madonna, Scott Jorgensen. I wouldn't have got any of that. I wouldn't have got Barrows. Pettis, Lozon, Steven, Cerrone. Should have got that. Frankie versus Aldo. Ricardo Lamos. That's tough. 30 out of 50%. Oh, wait. The average score is 50%. I got 67. Not bad, right? I thought it would be worse. Oh, hold on. Let me stop sharing my screen. Get back to me. All right, listen. That's what it takes, babe. Got a 3-punch combo. For more of this, go to Brian Petrie MMA on Twitters. If you like what you see, if you subscribe to the channel, I would love that. Let me get this. I'm spitting all over the mic. Just a juicy mouth kid. You guys are the absolute best. Next week, God, this new camera, like when I tap this, that's going to be a problem. I'm going to put the camera on the ceiling. Next week, Timbo and Christian. Final pay-per-view of the year. Final ESPN UFC pay-per-view. We're heading to Paramount, baby. So that should be fun. All right. Love you guys.